welcome along and welcome back to Attingham Park. Today we are going to be rebuilding the yard. We need to move these first and get them out the way, and then we're going to place a new barn down here. We're going to create a new house along with a garden and everything, and we may even move one of the actual producing gardens because it's fairly close to being empty. So we've got a little bit of moving about to do first. Our combines and their header trailers are completely in the way. The plan here is really to create somewhere to store these, maybe a new main barn for the farm where we can put the tractors as well. We'll see how much space we have in it, but I want to start developing this and make it more of a yard without sort of these big spaces where we've obviously deleted barns from. We might also see if we can get a sprayer and get rid of those weeds today. We've got a few spraying options. I've decided that we're not going to use a spot sprayer. The whole thing with the spot sprayer is that while this series is set in the modern day and on things like contracts we do use modern equipment, I think it's more in keeping if I'm using sprayers that wouldn't really have that kind of technology on it. Otherwise, we've suddenly got a massively modern piece of technology on the farm that otherwise we don't have. Along those lines, the crop sensors, the thing that I've learned about those recently is that they are very much in keeping with the era of our 8340, that being a New Holland tractor from the early to mid 90s. Crop sensors were beginning to become into use around then, so we can still put those on there, and I think that's a wise thing for us to do. Right, so now we've cleared the space, let's get building. And the first thing I want to build today, of course, is our farmhouse. We've got that over here, and I'm going to put this round here. We've got a back door out there. I think best way for me to do this is probably to have the house, I think, round like this. That way we've got easy access to the front of it. We're not too worried about then having a whole load of stuff in the back. So bring this round, and I'm hoping this isn't going to create a suddenly large hump or anything in the ground, because it gets flatter towards here. So, oh, this might be fun. What we do first then is we are going to flatten out the ground. Let's take that larger, change the shape of it as well. And so, oh God, no. We'll go that way and just take this so that it flattens it out a little bit, so we don't end up doing a lot of extra groundwork. Back to buildings, back to farmhouses. There we go. That's much better. We'll do much less transformation of the ground now, and 45,000. Bang. There we are. That's our house in over there. And we're going to want to put some walls in and close it off a little bit. But yeah, I like having the house over here. So we've got the front of the house here. We've got a back door out to here, and you can see the area where it was dropping down. So we'll smooth that out in a moment just to make it not suddenly go down like that. And then we've got a fairly nice garden going out this way as well. So we'll probably put a wall from about here out to here so that that's the garden, and then replant everything. So let's get that in next. We want decoration, and down here we've got a large selection of walls, and I think a wall that's in keeping with the house would be really good. Do I have one? Sort of a sandstone. What's this one like? Let's have a turn around and have a look. Yeah, that's fairly in keeping with our house, I think. So if we take that out here like so, and I'm going to keep it fairly straight to the side of the house, to there, we should be able to do 5,010. So like that. Yep, I like that a lot. And that now gives us good access to the back of the house. This is our garden area. And we've got a little bit of woodland on the edge of it as well. Perfect. I like that awful lot. Right, let's go and move our Land Rover over there. And then we can look at adding this new barn. Now, our house has two things on it. We've got a change of clothes that we can do. And we've got a sleep trigger. Perfect. That's actually our second sleep trigger. I think we need to go and delete the one up at the hotel. But that works really, really well. I'm so pleased at how well that's gone in. I think we might rework this a little bit more. I think we can. We're going to make a roadway down here in a little bit. And that'll go through the trees so that we can refill the water. So I think we're going to fence off the yard a little bit more as well. But that should be fine. Next up, we want to have a look at these. These are our gardens, as we've seen many times before. And in our production menu, we can see on this one here, specifically, we've only got 61 litres of each left. So we've only got a little bit to still come out of here. I don't know if it's enough water to finish it off, but I'm hoping in the next day or so, this garden will be able to be sold. And then we will be able, I think, to do something with this one as well. We look in here. This one is down to 290 solid fertilizer. So in order to use the seeds up in here, we might have to put a little bit of manure in. We go, oh, actually, we could use it up once it's run out just by producing standard potatoes from water and slowing everything down. Yeah, I think that's going to be the way to go with this one. And once these two are empty, I want to turn this 90 degrees and just put it in the corner over here so that it's nicely out the way. And then we can reuse this yard area a bit better as well. Right, the next bit I want is a new shed in here. And for that, we're going to use one of the standard ones that come with Attingham Park, which is this one here, which I think fits in really well with our barn and our sheds and everything we've got here already. So this can go around here. I've seen this one before. This is the one we had as a main barn on Six Ashes. So it should fit in fairly well with what we have set up. I'm going to give some space like that. And then that gives us a nice, clean new barn here to put stuff in, which is great. I think that's a fantastic addition to the farm. The last thing we need on here, I think, is another silo. Now, if I can fit a silo on the end here, that would be really good. But we have 3 crops here, and we have to tip 1 on the ground every year. So for that, we want a silo extension. And for 10,000, we could add a small silo on the end. For 20,000, we could add that. Is there anything else we got in here? These are all fairly big silos, aren't they? Or maybe not. Maybe we could add one of these on here. 64,000 for that. We've only got 21,000. So realistically, the only additional silo we can add is this one here. And if I'm going to add that, what I might do is add it around the back so that it can go with this lot here like so. That's going to create an interesting setup. I want it really close in. So let's disable the position and go there like that. That should now fit in at the back there and just look like part of the building, which is exactly what it is. Perfect. And that takes us down to 6,700. But we now have somewhere to put our combines. So before we put the combines away, we will give them a wash down. and maybe take them over to the repair shop quickly. Although we'll leave that until slightly later in the year. I think that will be a better choice for us. We're gonna find ourselves running low on money if we're not careful, and I really want to avoid that happening before we've got all of the crops in the ground. We still have 3 fields to plant, so I'm very cautious and very aware of that. First combine washed. Let's get that into the shed. Now we need to get the second one washed down as well. This is still in fairly good repair, so we won't worry about repairing this one either at the moment. If we do have the cash to do it, we'll get it done before the beginning of the harvest season. But yeah, both of them seem to be okay at the moment. Right, almost got that cleaned off. Little bit of wear on both of them, but they're both still doing well. And so what I want to check is if I stand here and go, yeah, this has, the other combine has a collision on it, which meant I couldn't get it that close to the rear of this shed. And I don't know if it's going to leave me with enough space to get this one in as well. And we get both of them in here. No, we're going to have to put them side by side. That's fine. It just eats up some of the space that we've got in here. So we'll put this down here. Oh, actually, if we can get it closer, I might be able to get both header trailers down this side of the barn as well. So pull this down here. And then that gives us space to store our tractors in here as well, which is, I think, a better shed for us to do that in than the other one. So this header next. We might as well give this tractor a wash down while we also wash down the header. Putting it all away nice and clean is, yeah, the best way for us to go. Now what we don't have is enough money to put the to put the testers on. I've managed to bring the tractor over here and left the header trailer behind. So we'll go back and get that once we wash this down. I mean, this tractor did need a wash down anyway. It would have just been useful not to have done it in 2 journeys. So seeing as I've got the header needing doing on its own, I'm going to spin around and just reverse it up so that it's closer and easier then to wash. Header trailer is fine. It's just the header itself. Let's get that out and give this a wash down as well. And there we go. That's just about covered that. Again, fair bit of wear on this header. But the combines have had a fairly good workout last year, and they're gonna have an even more of a workout this year. It's gonna be a lot of hard work on the farm for them this year. Back this up and get this in the shed, and then we've just got one more to go and grab. Our last header to get done, and then we can put this one away as well. There we go. That's done. And then reverse this into the shed too. And it'll all be done and dusted. I'm really pleased, actually. This is all fitting in here really well. This one, we're going to have to get a little bit closer to this side of the door in order to fit it in. But it should still fit in here, I think. Yeah, I think we'll leave that in here like so. It's a pity that we couldn't have got the other two next to each other, or you know, front and back, because yeah, then we would have got both these header trailers in here easily. Looks like though this is not going to be the shed that I put the tractors in, which is fine. I don't mind storing the combines in here. The combines unfortunately won't fit in the other shed. Otherwise, I'd store them over there and have that done like that. However, we can fit all of this in here quite nicely. I detach hoses like that, and that's all done. Perfect. With that job done, we can close up that shed and head over here. So I now want to sort this area out. Give us a good, nice cordoned off bit for our house, and also get this roadway done down here. There's a big hole over here. So I think we want the roads to come through here like this. And we need to smooth out this road. So let's, or this hole. Let's back up here and back into the construction menu. So this is our hole here. Let's smooth this out. I want a fairly big area. And see if we can't get that smoothed through there. You smooth all of this area if we can. Quite nicely. And that should make things a little bit easier. We want to get the roadway as close to the top end of here as possible. Actually, can we get it through here? Yeah, I think through there. Like that. And then down here and down to this. Now, I want to see if we can pull this a little bit better out. So, back into landscaping. And it's quite a tough one to actually see exactly where I am. This is where I want to be. I want to pull this here, flattened, out into our farm. So let's make that smaller. That is the smallest it'll go. And then pull it along here like so. This is going to be expensive to do. But there's no other way around it, really. Right, that gives us a nice flat area there. And then if we enlarge this and smooth it, that should then lose that steepness there. And give us a good area down into it. We'll see what that's like in a moment. But yeah, it gives us a better staging area down there. Gives us a better access to the actual bits. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so that's fairly steep down into it, and there's still quite a bit of a drop at that point there. Oh, and we've still got quite a bit of a drop there, so it needs to be a little bit more smoothing. So back into landscape, back into the smoothing, and smooth these bits down. Ideally, what we want is to see if we can set this point here and then go from here like that and create ourselves a decent ramp down to that point. We'll have to smooth off the edges a bit again. You can see it on this side here. So smooth that off. This actually isn't ending up costing as much as I thought it might. It's actually turning out to be slightly better than I'd expected. And I don't think that's going to make that tree float either. Yes. Oh, that's much better. A little bit more smoothing down the bottom here just to finish things off. But that is a much, much better way of getting down to that water's edge. Right. A little bit bigger. And smooth there. Smooth this bit. This bit here doesn't seem to want to smooth very easily. And there are a few bits around the edges, but I'll take that. So that now makes it easier for us to get down here, get water, and we just need to make a roadway out of it. So to do that, I'm going to go back to the landscaping. We're going to go back to the painting. We want some mud down the bottom, I think. Dirt. Do we have any actual mud? Yeah, well, it's animal mud. Yeah, we'll go with the animal mud. We'll change the shape. We'll enlarge it a bit. And then I want to paint across there, because this is a muddy area. I don't know what that is actually there. That must be the other type of mud, maybe? That... Yeah, that's exactly what that is. Right, so we'll go with the other type of mud then around here. Like so. I think it's actually dirt, but mud's down there is good. We'll take the size of that right down, and the road is going to come down here like so. So we'll have a little bit of mud trailing out of it like that. Like that. And then we want dirt. So that is dirt. Yep. So that then get a good couple of strips of that out. Like so. And then hopefully that means we can give ourselves a good roadway through here like this. Going up this way here. Connecting up to that. Going through here. I need to get through the right bit of the tree line here. If we can. I don't want to go straight into a tree. Best way through the tree line is coming out of here. We'll have a look. So our road's going up like this. I actually think I want to take that tree out. I don't have a chainsaw on here. So best bet is to come through this one here. Through that gap there. So let's take this. I want dirt. Yeah. And change the shape again. Enlarge it a little bit. Take it up through that tree line there. Take that corner out a little bit. And through this tree line here. This is where it's going to get tricky to actually get the right angles on everything. Because I can't see anything in the trees. A roadway through there like so. Then we'll have to hope it kind of meets up with it down here. I think that kind of does. But it's very difficult to see where you're going when, yep, you can't see it. But that works. So we've got a nice roadway through here, down here, to where we want to pick up the water. And that should work out fairly well for us, I think. Right, so that means we can now know where to put in the walls and the fences for the rest of this. So up to here-ish, I think, is a good place. So let's grab the decoration. We want the same walls as we already have. So those are... Where are you? Here we go. This one here, I think. Which did I go with? Did I go with that one? Nope. Not that one. That one, maybe. Nope, not that one. That one. Let's see. Yep, that one. Okay. So this wants to come from the edge of here, like so, across here. And yeah. And I'm going to turn it around slightly as we come here to that point there. Like, oh, like that. There we are. And there we go with a nice space in here for this. So that is really nice. I love that. And then we just need to put gravel into there, I think. And some grass along the edges. And there we go. The rain has started falling, but we've got a nice gravel area in front of the house now. I've also put a patio out the back. So we go into a patio area around here. Then we might get some tables or chairs or something to put out here. And then a nice garden over here that actually, quite frankly, needs replanting with some grass in a few places. But our farmhouse is done, and this is where we are now living. I'm so pleased with this. We've then got, obviously, an area around here where there's still plenty we could be doing, and lots we can do around there. And yeah, we've still got our old sheds and things. We've got our workshop and our shed here, and we've got the pigs over here. But all in all, I'm really, really quite pleased with the new farm layout and the extra sheds and barns. I'm Yeah, this is the combine shed. It fits the combines quite nicely. I might move these somewhere else so that we can put the tractors in here as well. But at the moment, the combines are taking up this shed. I do really like it as a shed, though. And everything else is all in place. Unfortunately, of course, we're out of money now to get a sprayer and do anything with that, or even to get the crop sensor, the fertilizer sensor that I was talking about either. Also, we've got quite a large area of yard around here, and I think we've still got a fair amount of work still to do around here to make everything a bit better and to pretty things up. However, I am very, very happy with our new farm layout. So I think that is where we're going to leave it today. I am going to step inside and go and have some lunch. For now, though, all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.